And then boom, we're live. Gotta tell you, it's a pretty emotional day for me again today, but we're gonna hold it down and we're gonna tear through this. And I thank you for joining us. I thank you for being here. I thank you for sharing, for tagging, for turning on the notification, for hitting the bell wherever it might be, doing all the things that support us here at inHarmony. Thank you for watching this update. Thank you for those of you that are affiliates and our users that scroll back through the Telegram channel to find this and to reference the information that we're sharing each and every day. I get pretty choked up when I start to think about this community that we've built around. I'm going to share that in just a moment. First, some heartfelt gratitude towards our operations team. For those of you who know Felipe, his last day with us was a week and a half ago or so on a Friday, and Anna is back from maternity leave on Monday, this coming Monday. And man, when they're not here, I miss them. They do an awful lot to make sure that this world goes round. So I just wanted to paint a little bit of gratitude towards Felipe and Anna and for the teams that help us to make the world go round. Right now I'm doing double duty or triple duty and the emails and the phone calls and the follow-ups and the all the little things that make the world go round and that make the inHarmony world go round. And I'm super grateful for the teams that we have upon us. And then I start to think about our extended family, our affiliates, and our user group and the community that's around us. Today, I got 3 different messages from 3 amazing humans, just kind of showering me with gratitude and the hard work that we're doing. And I feel like I just show up to reflect back the amount of love and affection that I am given on any day. I can't even tell you. I'm the one that's on the other side of all of the Facebook comments, on all of the YouTube comments, on all of the Instagram and TikTok comments. In fact, I just remembered I need to go into TikTok and take a look at our comments. It's a lot, but I want to be that person. I want to be that CEO. I want to be president, technically, love you, Dom. I want to be that co-founder that keeps his finger on the pulse of what's happening in the community that we're building. So it's really important to me. And I got to tell you, it warms my heart when I get to read comments from folks or videos. Got a video just yesterday of what looked like a 7 or 8-year-old boy on our sound lounge, and a deep exhale started humming along with the music. Warms my heart. I had a conversation this morning with my daughter's school. She's in Montessori school, and they're interested in creating a program with the inHarmony meditation cushion, just like we did at the Joy Academy. This is why we do what we do. Had a not so great conversation with somebody over, you can find it on Facebook. It was one of the most recent comments who called us a scam. Hey, this is a scam. And rather than deleting that comment, blocking that user, which is what a lot of companies do, I engaged with her. Hey, how so? What exactly about what we do is a scam? And she gave me an answer. And she said that there's copycats we're just copying other people that are out there. And anyway, you guys can read the post. I replied back to her with the only truth that I know. This is why I do what I do. I do it to be an evangelist for not just inHarmony, but the industry as a whole, to share, teach, train, and educate on what's actually happening when we're in fight or flight, which, by the way, I'm no different. I go into fight or flight just like y'all do. My nervous system is as dysregulated as everybody else's. I've lived in New York City for 10 years. I was just reading a comment from somebody that had talked about years living in New York City and how a New Yorker's lifespan is actually shorter by 10 years than that of the same human being given the same health benefits living in a different city. And that's because New York is it's a kind of a little stressful place. It's a melting pot. It's also a pressure cooker. And look, this is why we do what we do. And I am eternally grateful every single day for the commentary. For those of you that reach out, Sean, I'll give you a shout out. Just yesterday, scheduled time on my calendar. We had a couple things we needed to talk about before we got into any of that. He was like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you for doing what you do. I really appreciate it. I see the energy. Shout out to Louis, who I'm going to see in Dallas on Sunday. He just said, hey, appreciate your hard work. Appreciate your attention. I show up and I reflect back the energy that I get back from our community. And y'all are showing up in droves, not just to support our brand by making purchases using our app, but more importantly, by sharing the technology in your local community, by using it in your wellness center and in your day spas and in your clinics and in your massage therapy practices. It's really something special, and I'm holding back some tears right now as I start to think about exactly what happens, um, exactly what happens in our community. Again, eternally grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Inventory, we're down a couple more sound lounges, 19 inHarmony sound lounges left. 0 practitioners. As you know, we've already pre-sold a few. We have 10 in production as we speak, and production is certainly cruising along. I think October 15th is going to be our delivery date, so about 30 days. We'll see if that happens a little bit sooner. Certainly working on it. We've just over 100 meditation cushions in black, and we're down to 42 in beige. So I do expect us to get another shipment of all 3 units before holiday, and ready to ship before holiday. So we'll have that story as we continue to get closer and closer. Today's a big day for me. I am super pumped. I don't know if Nikki and Tori are going to catch this live, because I know where they're at and what they're doing. But in an hour and a half, I'm going back to Bluewire Studios, and we're going to record 2 podcasts on video with high quality audio, and I'm super stoked. Tori Gordon runs the Coachable podcast, really well-known podcaster and coach here, not just in town, but all around. We've done a number of events together of late. She is absolutely breathtaking in so many different ways, and super sharp when it comes to relationships and how to build better relationships. And she's had a podcast that shoots at Bluewire Studios. And we met back in March. And she called me like a couple days before she went to Bernie, she called me a few days before the burn began. And she was basically like, hey, are you going? And I'm like, no, I'm not going this year. And she's like, hey, I'm super bummed I'm not going. I'm like, well, why aren't you going? And she's like, well, can't get a ticket. I don't know who to go with. I don't have a camp. I'm going by myself. And we had a short conversation, and I was like, here's what you need to do. She executed. She did it. The next day she called me. She's like, I have a camp. I have a ticket. I'm super pumped. I don't know what I need. And I sent her a shopping list. She was ready to rock and roll. I said, look, I want you to go to the burn. I want you to have a great time. I don't want to hear from you. This is before we knew about the rain and everything else that was going on. And I said, I want to talk about your experience on camera. So that's what we're doing. We are going to talk about it on camera. We're going to record 2 podcasts. The first is going to be all about Burning Man and her experience. I have not touched base with her. I've wanted to touch base with her. So many of my friends have come back. My RV came back. Everybody came back from the burn. We all saw what the news did to sensationalize Burning Man, and I completely disagree with what happened there. And Feet on the Ground tells a completely different story. Yeah, some people had it rough, and people always have it rough. That's why we go out to the burn. I actually have a handful of friends that didn't make plans to go to the burn until they saw the weather forecast, until they saw that these monsoons were coming through and rain was going to hit the playa unlike any time it's ever hit before. And by the way, they threaten rain almost every year. It is the rainy season after all. And for those of us that run camps, we actually get radio updates from the medic tents and from the rangers, and they actually tell us when rain and wind is going to hit the city, and so that we can batten down the hatches and we can prepare a little bit. Obviously, this was a big year. So I'm super pumped to drop in and talk to her about Burning Man and hear about her experience. I know nothing. I haven't even seen too many posts from her now that she's back. A number of my friends have come back. My housemates have come back. They came back with guests. So we've gotten a lot of drop-ins on what went down at Burning Man. And then the second podcast is going to be something that this audience is more familiar with, and that is talking about inHarmony technology, but a specific focus on relationships, a specific focus on how having vibrational therapy technology in your world can help with your relationships. And the most important relationship, this will be a little teaser, the most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. Because the better you show up day in and day out, the better the reflection of how people are going to show up in your life day in and day out. And nothing is more true than the relationship I have with my amazing wife. We're together 15 years, maybe 16 years, 08, 15 years. Whew. And we've been married for 9. So my wife and I are not perfect. I love you, babe. And you know what I'm working on in myself, and I know what you're working on in yourself. And that sound lounge is an important piece to us showing up better for one another, for ourselves. Of course, the beautiful impact it's had on my daughter as well. Something really special and something pretty spectacular. So today, I don't know when it's going to air. I don't know what it's going to look like. We'll certainly shoot some behind the scenes stuff, and we'll put some stuff up in our stories, shoot some promo, that sort of thing. Super excited for what's about to go down today. with the very spectacular Tori Gordon. I'm off to Sarasota on Thursday. It's Tuesday. I can't even believe where the time goes. I remember when we started planning this a few months ago. Really, we started talking about this 6 months ago. But Psychedelics 2.0 Summit is upon us. An amazing cast of spectacular human beings that is about to embark upon the event center at Advanced Rejuvenation. Dr. John Laurence, father of Mito Zen, and several other very incredible and super potent formulations. He's absolutely incredible. And I'm stoked. Harry, Paul, Max Major, the team from Shift Wave, the team from Amortal, the team from Sauna Space, and I know I'm forgetting a few, Holistic Life. There are going to be so many folks that are there. It's going to be incredible. Anyway, it's going to be lots of footage. There's going to be lots of stuff coming up on our socials. So keep an eye specifically on Instagram, but we'll definitely have some post-reel follow-up that's going to happen on YouTube Shorts, of course, Facebook, and on TikTok as well. But my predominant place to go live is going to be on Instagram. The very spectacular Anthony Weiss is flying in as well. John Hill driving across the state to bring his Sound Lounge maestro skills, which I'm excited to showcase and show you as well. We got some really exciting things happening in Sarasota. Then Saturday morning, I hop on a plane and I'm going to Tyler, Texas, small town just outside of Dallas, where we're going to do the opening for H2Go. And for those of you haven't seen it yet, because we haven't gone live and we haven't promoted it, but I just began a podcast with the very spectacular co-founder of H2Go. This man is so serious about water. And for those of you that know what I do, in addition to, if you will, above what we do here at inHarmony, vibrational therapy is just one piece of living that complete life. And you might have seen a video I did, 10 strategies for living a healthy life, and really focusing on longevity and sleep. Meditation is certainly part of it, but exercise, sunlight, grounding, drinking clean water, eating clean food, hugging and skin to skin contact with the people that you love, cold therapy, hot therapy. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that optimal human performance formula that I've pieced together for myself. And it's not very different from what everybody else has pieced together. There's a lot of really smart people that are talking about longevity, anti-aging, life extension, and this sort of thing. And I'll go on record saying it again. I'm going to live to be 150 years old. Mark my words. I'm 44 now. I'm coming up on a third of my life. And I got a lot to give and a lot to do in the future, a lot to share as well. So I'm going to Tyler, Texas for H2Go. That opening is going to be on Saturday, the 16th. I have a beautiful evening planned with Tyler, Jessica, and a few other friends that are going to be there. And then Sunday morning, before I fly out, I'm going to Next Level Sound Therapy, another inHarmony Sound Lounge owner that is on the other side of Dallas. So I'm going to be driving a little bit all over the place, but when I'm local, and I want to maximize and make the best of it. If you're in Dallas, and we've got a few friends that are in Dallas, let me know. I'd love to link up. I'd love to connect. I'd love to find time that we can get together. And I very much look forward to that. So that's my trip. It's going to be a jam-packed 3 or 4 days. I'll try and go live and share as many updates as I possibly can. If you need me, as always, reach out on my cell. And thank you again to each and every one of you that has been patient. If you needed something from me over the last couple of weeks, I think I'm caught up. I have 100 or so emails that I still need to get to. So I'll get caught up on that over the next couple of days, as well as a couple of to-do items that are buried in there. I already know it, but we'll get all that stuff squared away in the not too distant future. I hope you have a spectacular day. Thank you, as always, for following along, for listening, and for being a part of what we're doing here at inHarmony. Have a great day.